Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Here's Manziel. Now he's hit and the ball comes out. Manziel lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And without a doubt, not... Thank you, Larry. With the distinctive pirate ship in the north end zone, we can only be in one place, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Bucs a first down. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Gurley again here on first down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The rookie from Clemson, Kevin Dodd, in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a man who's no stranger to the spotlight or the headlines. Here is Johnny Manziel.
Improvisation, that's the hallmark of Johnny Manziel's game. But in order for him to improve and have some consistency and lock down a spot as a starting quarterback in the NFL, he's got to start reading the notes on the music sheet. Got to play with consistency and within the offense.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. 3rd down now following the run.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up.
Manziel. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll try and throw for it here. He hits White, complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now Manziel. Austin's got it left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tavon Austin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The one running back is Gurley. Now Stanton. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Stanton. Finding time. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brad Nordman now. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He completes it right side to White. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Manziel. A screen to Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive lineman... faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Strong grabs it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Seattle 1st down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come up with one running back. That's Bell.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Manziel. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a strong...
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Todd Gurley, 99 yards. And the Bucs are just an extra point away from grabbing the lead now. And that run we just saw of 99 yards ties for the longest in NFL history.
How about that? Wasn't that Tony Dorsett in Minnesota?
In 83.
For Dallas?
On a Monday night, yeah.
And only 10 guys lined up on offense on that play.
How about that? And we just saw a record equalizer right there from 99 yards away. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. On play action, they'll throw. Now he's hit and the ball comes out. Manziel lost it. And it's picked up, taking it right down Broadway. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the defense forces the... They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here comes Grant on the return. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Johnny Manziel readies to go again on offense here. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Manziel, and it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
No, check, right here.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. 3rd down here.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're a man, you've got to cover just like the guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ladarius Green, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Here we go now. 3-19.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
All right, now, look at 56.
Now Stanton. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Brad Nordman now. He's been terrific so far. That's pulled in at the 32. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Tampa. After this timeout. Here's Manziel. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they're going to speed things up here. Manziel. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got the completion to Strong. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jalen Strong, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind. Well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. They were able to force that 3 and out. That led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The first time All-Pro in 2015, Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He completes it to Julio Jones. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Stanton. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Stanton. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on for the 5th time here today. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders look a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there on the screen pass. 36 yards.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because you know most defenses 3 levels. D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defense.
And this is caught inside the 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Le'Veon Bell as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, praise has to...
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Here's Brad Nortman now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So we've come upon halftime. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now Manziel. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Call it a pickup of 7. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. 55, guys. 55.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Manziel. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Manziel. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Nickel Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dayon Buchanan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Brad Nordman now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Bell. Oh, what a move. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup. And it's good enough for a Seattle first.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, I thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 20. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tavon Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive, and when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more. The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And some space here. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Stanton. This is complete to Hawkins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hits his target, Ruben Randall. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Stanton. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. They'll pitch it out to Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Manziel. Over the middle here to Brown. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Manziel. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
One of the toughest.
And look at this. It's a fake. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Kevin Byard. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Stanton to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep. Wiley?
Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now Stanton. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Fielded at the 20. Ooh, with a juke. Shreds the tackle. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Manziel. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No, he slipped right by him. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up. Little screen pass, lofted over him.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And time now for the Seahawk defense to take their spots again on the field. They're just hoping for more of the same. Last time they forced the punt that led to a score.
They flipped the field, essentially. And that's what you want to do as a defense. Make sure that you put your offense in a great position to run their offense and put the ball in the end zone. That's exactly what they accomplished.
They accomplished that last time. What will they accomplish this go-around?
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age. But then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football and getting your toes tapped in.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. The one running back is Gurley. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dumps it off to Gurley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Getting late in the fourth now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This is complete to Hawkins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a third down. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
They'll drop to throw. He hits Randall, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn,
and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
All right, here we go.
Now Stanton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And quickly, they get to the line. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Look out for number 30. Look out for number 30. Hurry up, here we go. Leopard.
Stanton. Looking for Randall and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Calvin Pryor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes,
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Bell, and he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they've left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0. And I don't care how much confidence you have in your defense. I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be aggressive because those guys can pick me up. You really...
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo, defense, let's go. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan. No fighting and no...
Popping knock it when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a bad man, but I only got the best intention. Off a Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's NFC Divisional Round matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the third-year man from Texas A&M, Johnny Manziel.
When Johnny Manziel is on his game, it can be almost magical back there. He improvises and makes plays that just drive defenses crazy. But he has to be on his game in order for things to work really, really well for him.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Here we go!
Here's Manziel. It's caught left side by John Brown. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Let's go! 319!
Now Manziel. A screen to Bell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Manziel over the middle here to Brown. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Darryl Smith is a very reliable linebacker who can rush off the edge and also cover in the secondary.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Strong grabs it over the middle. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him to 1st. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the seemingly endless drive continues. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. Try to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Jalen Strong with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
First carry now. This is Hill. A solid stiff arm. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
That, quite simply, is Jeremy Hill. A very powerful, compact back.
He's always been that. Even back at LSU, that's where he honed that skill, right?
Love to run between the tackles and take the contact as well as dish it out.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. I actually remember one game where I hopped.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Brandon Bolden, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. He juked him, and he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
Well, partner, you know I always tend to lean towards the defensive guys. But in this case, I have no defense. How about that run right there?
Yeah, just a tip of the cap to Le'Veon Bell, and that's what he can do. You think some people back in 2013 that had first-round picks wish that they would have taken him?
That's when you go back to your scouting department and say, what exactly did we miss here? Maybe some people have some new jobs. He's a big-time player. And if they don't start getting him on the ground here quickly, he's going to pile up a huge game.
A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. 7-all is the score. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
That boy's got four down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to about the 22 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try the right side with Bell. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Luke Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
On 1st down, Bortles. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, so a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw. Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Bortles going to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Stevie Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Bortles will try again on second down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. It's brought in left side by Tate. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. Again, it's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Michael Brockers able to drop it for a loss of 12. And it'll be fourth down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And Folk's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
No gain, and it's second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Manziel. Green with a catch left side. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Back there in that Philly, here we go. Hey, blue landing. Back there in that Philly, here we go.
Now Manziel. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Manziel. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Gets it to Strong. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, it's Hill. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you across the country. Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. I got to go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards gets him back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing now is Bortles. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run it again with Hill. And a short gain down to about the 33. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Folk's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him.
Tavon Austin, he's going to go. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tavon Austin, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A first throw for the backup Lynch. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Now back to throw. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked by Sua Cravens, the rookie. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. A beautiful fake. And he's brought down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
They come up in an offset eye. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And he knocks it through. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Manziel. And the man open here is strong. And he's brought down after a good game.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And that'll be incomplete. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And on 2nd and 10 now. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Manziel. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And caught right side, Green. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, there's two sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything. And when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this. And in this case, they were actually able to win it.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they put that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the first-round pick, Eli Apple, with it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Green's got it over the middle. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ladarius Green with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
Second and 10. It's Lynch again. Ertz has it left side. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play connected.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. A man who missed his entire rookie season, Dante Fowler, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom,
Now Manziel, and he fends him off. And he fires one, but incomplete. DeMarco, the fullback, the one he was looking for. And that brings up 4th down.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Trying to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
somewhere
something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
here we go. Green, 39. Green,
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. He's got time. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
here we go.
On 3rd down, Lynch. The second-year man, Vic Beasley, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. This is taken deep in their territory. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take... over on the short side of the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Here's Manziel. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Manziel. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And a pretty nifty hurdle there before he's brought down. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This will be caught at about the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside. Their own territory, which means
Green 39! Green 39!
they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he connects with Ertz. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. And Green with a catch left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing again here, Lynch. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Lynch. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything thing here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the rookie Travis Feeney, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now Manziel, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by T.J. Green, the rookie safety. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. John Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the click.